Hey, what's up? My guest today is one of my good friends, George Twinkle Toes Hernandez. George does it all, man. He's a MMA fighter, he trains, he's a softball coach, he has two jobs. People have excuses up the ass for not doing the things they love, but yet, if you listen to this episode, he finds time to do the things he cares about. This is a good one, man. Hope you like it. Hello and welcome. So I'm here with the real Twinkle Toes. I just saw your Instagram, so I had to change it. So welcome, George. Welcome to the table.
What's up, man? Yeah, that's what all my football boys call me. They follow me on Instagram or whatever. And the real Twinkle Toes when I'm walking up to practice or when I see me walking around school when I was working there with them at Almani. So I'm used to that. Kids call me that all the time.
So me and George go way back, right? I've known him since like 2006. We were just talking about it as we were setting this up. The summer of 2006. We're gonna have to get everybody together. So that's gonna be a whole different podcast. But we're gonna talk in detail about that summer. It was probably one of my favorite summers.
Probably not all the details, but
no. Like he said, we'll go to jail. That's just
a
lot of the good stuff. So me and George, we've been good friends for a while now, but he had this reputation as a bully. So I kind of wanted to see how he felt about that, and I wanted him. He's a great person. He gives back to the community. He's a coach. He's training kids now. But I want to kind of just start from the beginning. Like before we met, because I knew you as a football player, but then I knew you as a person, but after high school. So why don't you go into detail about that?
I think the bully part. I mean, I probably got that like around junior high. I always got in trouble, man. From elementary school to junior high to high school, I was always in trouble. But it was always never like I never picked on anybody that smaller than me or what they call like nerdy kids or dorks, whatever. Honestly, I always messed with the guys that picked on them. Like, oh yeah, dude, like you want to call this guy retarded? You wanna pick on this guy just because he's a little different? Okay, so I picked on those guys. And honestly, they never fought back. They were bullies, but guess what? Now they're getting bullied. And I can honestly say that's what I did. So if you want to call me a bully for that, then fuck it. I'm a bully. But that's one thing I've never liked people getting messed with just for being different, just for not liking it. I mean, there's some guys that's assholes and they deserve to get bullied. Don't get me wrong. That's what I believe. But like those guys, like I couldn't do it. So I think that's why some people looked at me as a bully. But I never picked anybody weaker than me.
I don't know if you remember this, but back in 2006, 2005, when we met, you told me this. That's why I wanted to see if you remembered. I don't know if you remember that conversation, but we were driving in my little Honda Civic, and then you were telling me, like, did you ever get picked on? And I was like, I mean, kind of. Some people were dicks. And you just like, don't let yourself. And I was like, I don't. That was like when I was in elementary, you get me? I was always a short kid or whatever. As I grew up, I didn't grow up, like, as far as size. But he told me, like, don't. People only do what you allow them to. And that always struck with me. You could ask people. I always say that. Like, they only go as far as you'll let them. So it's just funny. We did a few intros, like, as far as, like, practicing so we could hear the microphones. And it just came up to me right now when I said, I was like, let's see how this bully thing, see if he remembers.
I think what I always said is hit them back. Punch them in the face. They're going to fight back or they're going to back down. And if you get a fist fight, get in a fist fight. And guess what? That's going to build your character. And this person is going to stop picking on you because guess what? Every time they're not going to want to fight.
Yeah.
They're not going to be like, fuck, if I go mess with Hector today, I'm going to probably beat him up in a fist fight. But guess what? Tomorrow I want to pick on him again. I'm going to get another fist fight. And no one wants to fight every day.
No, but yeah.
Get in trouble. And one day maybe get beat up by them. So I think once you fight back, I think that helps a lot, man. Like I tell them right here, we're at my gym right now, Team Flores. My trainers over here, Alan and Mark. I always tell them, bring your kids, bully-proof them. I think that's what I try to do to our kids in here in the kids' class when I'm able to come and teach it when I'm out coaching. It's just bully-proof your kids. Even if you're older, even if you're an adult and you punked at work or something, like, come to the gym, Team Flores, right here in La Puente or your local gym. Just bully-proof yourself. I just just fight back, man. Just protect yourself. Just don't let yourself get taken advantage of. Any work, school, anything, life in general.
And real quick, I want to say thank you to Team Flores here, Mark and Alan in La Puente, for letting us do this recording here. George is a trainer here, so they let us, and this is pretty cool. But going back to what you said, how do you feel about that? Like the parents, the bullying, the safe zone. I know you have an interesting.
I think that's so soft, man. It's so soft. I grew up in a generation. I think a lot of us. I think ours was probably the last generation grew up like, hey, dude, you get hit, you fight back. Don't come home crying if you let yourself. If you come home crying because you got in a fight, you got beat up, okay. But if you don't come home crying because someone just beat you up and you let them,
yeah.
Like, and I think that's something I tell my kids. I mean, I don't have no kids, like no blood kids. Like I don't have a son or a daughter or anything. But my kids are my football players. My kids are my softball players. And I tell them when they come, like I see, like, hey, dude, what's wrong? Oh, fuck this girl's messing with me. This girl's talking about this guy's, Hey, dude, don't let yourself, dude. If you have to fight back, you fight back and do what you got to do, dude. I'm on this. I just let them know, like, hey, back in the day, we got in fist fights, people got beat up, and guess what? It builds character, man. It'll build character. You don't know, like, oh damn, I'm not made out of glass. Like that punch you in the face that hurt me.
I can't go around talking shit. Yeah,
it's not bad. Like I got hit, I got punched 3 times in the face, and this guy beat me up, and I'm alive. Nothing's broken. I get to go home. I got a black eye, a couple bruises, but hey, it's out. I'm still alive, and I think that's what a lot of these kids right now that in school just don't realize, like, you can fight back, man. You don't have to just go and cry about it, and towel and snitch. Like, you can fight back, and you can be your own protector. You need someone to protect you, and that's what I try to install in a lot of kids. I work at a group home with girls about 13 to 18 years old, and I tell them that too because we still take them to school. They still deal with the same problems, even at the facility I work at. But hey, man, just don't. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but hey, just don't let yourself, man. If you gotta fight, you gotta fight. And I'm not gonna get mad at you as a coach or as your counselor. I'm not gonna get mad at you if you're protecting yourself.
One thing my dad is fucking like, dude, don't fight, don't do this. Somebody cuts you off on the freeway. Even as we were kids, he'd be like, dude, sarcastically, he'd be like, they have somewhere important to go. Let them go. And I remember I was in 4th grade, and I wasn't getting bullied by any means, but this kid, a friend of mine, he just started kind of going around like kicking everybody's knees, and I used to play soccer at the age, so that I'd be like sore walking home, and my dad would be like, "What the fuck's up with you? Why are you walking like that? Are you running too much at practice?" And I was like, "Nah," and then he's like, "Something's wrong." So I was always like real open with my dad, even to this day. So I was telling him like, "This kid's just going around kicking everybody." He goes, "What the fuck? Kick him back." And I was like, "But I'm gonna get in trouble." He goes, "So like, what do you want? Do you want him to continue kicking you, or do you want him to?" I was like, "Dude, I don't want to get in trouble with you. Like, I give a fuck about school. I don't want to get in the fight and get in trouble with you." And my dad never hit us or anything like that, but I just didn't want to be in trouble with my dad. And he goes, "Next time he does that, punch him in the nose and see what he does." And I kid you not, like 2 days later, he comes up right before soccer practice. We're all putting our little knee pads, and he kicks me behind. So I just got up, and he was walking away, and I just decked him right in the nose. And then he just like fell to the floor. Like, I didn't knock him out or anything like that. Like, I was never strong, but he just fell on his ass. And he's like, "Why you do that for?" I'm like, "Why you keep kicking me?" He was, "Oh man, I didn't know it bothered you." And I was like, "What? Who likes getting kicked, dude?" And then some other kid came and kicked him while he was on the floor. And I was like, "Oh, well, fuck. Like, we're going to jump this kid." So I helped him get up. I was like, "Hey, dude." And then everybody's like, "Dude, stop kicking us." Because he was bigger, he was stronger. He was one of the better players. Everybody's like, "Stop kicking us. That's not cool." And it was just like, I always, I saw it at an early age. And I'm going to say I understood it then. But I understand it now. He could get away with it, so he just did it. And then the day that I stepped up to him, the rest of the kids saw like, hey, like, now's our chance. And so he just kind of stopped. And it was funny because he was such a good soccer player. But everybody started kind of like, I don't really like him, I just hung out with him because you guys did. And you kind of saw that he had to change as a person because he was such a douche. And that's one thing, like he would have, I'm not saying we changed his life or nothing like that. But I always thought about it, like, he was such a douche. Maybe he would have still been a douche. I don't know him anymore. But maybe he was still been a douche if not getting hit in the face. And I always remember because my dad went home, like, I don't know, like 2-3 months later. He goes, "Hey, did you ever hit that kid? I was like, oh, yeah, I did. He goes, why didn't you tell me? I was like, I don't want to get in trouble, man. I don't know if you're telling me something.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, do as I say, but don't. No,
Yeah.
do as I say, but don't do as I do.
Yeah.
But just.
Yeah, it seems like something like that. Like, see, maybe that guy's bullying a bunch of people, and they see you fight back, and they're going to fight back. And maybe it just helps them nowadays not hurt themselves. Like, people are just hurting themselves for getting bullied. And maybe that person that wanted this, like, fuck this, dude, I'm just going to end it. I mean, when they see you punch that guy that was bugging them and making them do that, yeah, I don't got it. I could just fight back. I don't got to hurt myself.
Yeah.
I could just fucking get him back for hurting me. These days it sucks, man. It's just real hard because I grew up with uncles and my dad and my mom, my grandmas. I mean, and they're always just like, never let me be a sissy, never let me get bullied. And I think nowadays see some of these guys that I work in high schools and besides coaching, I work as a campus supervisor. I see some of these guys that are supposed to be the big dogs of the school, and I feel like, man, you guys would land. You guys would last a week in like class of 05. Yeah. Like honestly, like we were a bunch of, from my class, we're thugs. I mean,
you guys are gangster, dude.
And a lot of us, we play sports, and look at us now. Robert, he's like my brother, Robert Robles. He owns his own business. He's a tattoo artist, one of the best tattoo artists around. If you want to look him up, Robert Robles Tattoos on your IG.
I'm gonna get him on here. Rob, if you're listening,
we
come
got
on here.
and then my friend Chance, he worked at the same company, moved up, and for 13 years since we got out of high school. And I got buddies that were there, and they looked at us, and they probably was like, "Oh, these guys are fucking scumbags." But now we're all doing a lot of good stuff. I mean, not all of us. Don't get me wrong. I got friends that are in jail for life, and I got friends that ain't with us anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of us did, and like me, I try to get back as much as I could to my community of Almani by just, even if it's when I was helping out the boxing gym, Jerry T's, or finally being able to coach in my community at Almani High School, coach football, or softball, South Almani, and just being able to talk to these kids. I know I thought before, like I'd coached that you know, I learned a lot from like Coach Wilson and actually the coach I coach under now, Coach C. But now I see, like, dude, there are kids that are gonna come to you and tell you their problems, and even as a coach, you're gonna, I'm not educated. I didn't go to college. I didn't go to school to learn how to talk to kids, learn how to be a counselor or anything. But you always have to have an answer for these kids, because if you don't, you could be the only one these kids are comfortable to talk to, feel comfortable to talk to. And
the parents work 2 jobs.
Yeah,
they come home, cook
or even
dinner,
just like
2-3 kids. They don't have time for all that.
Yeah,
even though it's their kids.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
They maybe just don't want to talk to their parents. Maybe they see, like, oh, Coach George, you know, he's from Almani. He's lived his whole life. He's been through this stuff. I graduated 05. I graduated a long ass time ago. Yeah. So these kids still know.
You're
like,
still young. I mean,
so these kids, a lot of kids talk to me, and I give them the best advice I could. And as of now, none of the kids I've seen graduate or are currently still going to school are fuck ups.
That's great.
So I'm not saying it's because of me, but I mean, it's a good thing to see that hopefully I was something down the line and be like, fuck, remember Coach George? Remember when he said this to me? This helped me in this situation, or this helped me not be a dickhead. Okay, this helped me not go out to that party and get drunk and fucking drink and drive, getting in with a drunk driver, like stuff that Coach George really taught me stuff, and that's what I aim for, even, and of course to win.
Yeah,
I tell the kids, like, hey, winning isn't everything; it's the only thing, man. Yeah. So that's another thing I install in my kids.
You brought up Wilson.
We only lost by 1 run. Coach, like, I don't care, dude. If we lost by 1 or 10, like, we lost. So don't never get comfortable losing, because when you get comfortable losing, then you become a loser.
Wilson, the guy you talked about, he was my JV coach at Mountain View, and then his, I guess his, I don't know what it's like, the varsity coach, Savage, instilled that mentality in all of us. As far as baseball, the same thing. Winning isn't everything; it's just the only thing that matters. So whatever it was, I even got a recommendation letter from them two specifically after high school for a job, and I told them, why I was like, dude, you guys have that sports mentality in me, like. if it's a job, you want to win. Because even if you're the one that gets promoted, quote unquote, you're winning because you won that job. You get me? So I always told them, they're like, well, I don't really want to do this. I'm not. Why don't you ask one of the counselors whatever? I'm like, dude, no, because it means more coming from you because they'll know what I'm talking about. Because at these interviews, I'm saying like, dude, at the time, I was an athlete and a good one at that. So I'd be like, hey, this is my mentality and everything. I put it in sports, like the stuff they say, the quotes. I know we kind of share that on your Facebook page, on your Facebook page. But, the whole just when you're over here laying down, relaxing, enjoying your spring break, we're over here having spring break tournaments because, we're better. Like, we can go rest, but we're going to win. We're going to win these tournaments that don't mean shit. Like, I remember they would tell us, these tournaments don't mean shit. I don't care, but I want you guys to win because we're the fucking best. Yep. And that's what we're going to do. And so I know a lot of the homies from, from my class, 2006, the baseball team, like you said, they're all successful. Why? Because we have this winner mentality, no matter what you do. My dad, same thing, if you're going to rake the fucking yard, you rake the fucking yard like madman. You're going to be the best at whatever you do. And I think that's something that's kind of missing in this generation, because as far as there's people like you, but there's not enough. And the ones that do, now they have to kind of, I know you don't, but some of them take shelter and well, if I say this, the parents aren't going to like me. Or if I do this with the kid, they're not going to, you can't push the kids too hard because it's a hobby. Like, no, dude. Our coach was like, you're going to run till your legs hurt. Not because and I remember, I won't say with Trump, was like, running doesn't help you in baseball. Like, you're already as fast as you're going to be. Yeah. You're going to run so that you don't fuck up. Yeah, you're going to run. You're going to run. You're going to know why later. And I still don't know why, but they would make us run and just run. And the thing is, I never saw it as punishment. Like, my coach was never mad at me, for any reason, nothing like that. But it was just this is going to make you a better baseball player. And I'd be like, all right, they know what the fuck we're doing. And now, I've never coached, but I've helped a few buddies, do a few practices. I was a pretty good outfielder, so to be do some drills with the kids. And I make them do the most basic shit. And they tell me, I know all this. I'm like, okay. When you know all the basic shit, you can start going to the good shit. When you're still making little mistakes on the basic shit, you can't pop a wheelie if you don't know how to drive a motorcycle in a straight line. You got to fucking do the basics perfectly, and then we move on to the next one. And then a few of my buddies told me, dude, you're doing the most boring shit with the kids. I'm like, this isn't fun. Practice isn't supposed to be fun. Winning is fun. When the kids are winning, they're gonna be thankful. And I saw it with my own friends. They stopped inviting me to these practices. Why? Because I wasn't over here trying to have a good time with the kids. I was trying to. No, of course I was. Hey guys, after practice we'll go fucking get some shakies or whatever. But it wasn't during practice. It's work. You got to do what you got to do. And I just realized that I was like, dude, maybe me personally, I'm not ready to be a coach because I need somebody to be like them as my assistant coach kind of thing, where they're like, okay, well, I can go to him for fun, but this guy I'm not a dick, but I was kind of like, no, man, you guys got to do the basics, and they weren't having it, and then I was like, all right, not for me at this time. It's something I want to do too, coach baseball. I love football, but I never played it, so I think I'd be out there I know the formations, I know all that good stuff, but I just want to, baseball is something that I want to coach eventually, but I think I got to, every time I read about this coach is pushing his kids too hard, and you read they made him run 5 poles. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Warm up.
That was warm up. And then you ran poles. If you made one thing about Wilson that I loved was if you made an error, say they hit a fly ball to you and it hits off your glove and it falls, things happen, dude. The sun got in, whatever. But if you're on second and there's no outs and they hit a fly ball and you fucking forget a tag and you're out, dude, you're running like crazy. Yeah. Why? Because mental mistakes. You can make physical errors. We're not perfect, but when you make a mental mistake, that means you weren't paying attention. And that's something that I did with the kids. And I got the cold shoulder from my buddies. I was like, maybe I shouldn't be here. If that's how it's going to be. If you want to be soft, I even thought this isn't soft, but it's softer than I would want to be.
Well, we have a thing right now. Since I've coached from baseball now to softball, taking the softball is no strikeout looking. If you strike out looking, that's a line. Yeah. So in our last 4 games, we have struck out looking twice in 4 games. And actually, we struck out looking no times in the last 4 games, and I've only struck out twice. So, they know. They once the girl strikes out looking, they all look at me at first base. I'm the first base coach, and I read one finger if it's 1, and if it's a second one, I read 2, 3. We struggled at the beginning, but now we're doing a lot better. But like you said, the basic stuff. From football to Wilson, doing the same stuff every day to now coaching under Coach Steve for the last 5 seasons. Same stuff every day, basic stuff. But guess what? we pound motherfuckers, and it's basic stuff. Hey, get your knees, you're gonna hit the sled. Then you stand up, you're gonna hit the sled, and then guess what? We're gonna run those fucking lines. You're gonna get off the ball. We're gonna run the same thing. Then we're gonna go do team, the same thing we did yesterday, and guess what? Tomorrow we're gonna do the same shit. And guess what? On Friday night, you're doing that shit perfect, and you were fucking rushing for 430 yards against the team that won CIF. We coming back down fucking 4 touchdowns. Just because, we're doing the same thing over and over, basic shit. Running that double wing and just pounding you guys. And the same thing with the girls. Every day, I hit them ground balls, hit them pop flies, same shit. Run the bases, and they learn. And I feel like all that shit, when you start giving them days off, and you start, okay, let's do this, do that, and then they just lagging on the basic shit, and then not doing something basic is just going to ruin them trying to be flashy, trying to do stuff. And it's like, at the gym, same thing. I still got to throw, when I'm training, I still got to throw fucking jabs. As basic as a jab. A right hand is basic shit. But guess that's going to jabs going to win you a fight. So when I come in, I train Alan, I train Mark, we're throwing fucking, out of 100 punches, I'm probably throwing like 80 jabs. Basic fucking jab. But guess what? It's going to win you. It's going to win you a fight. Yeah, but, I mean, it's good, man. I mean, besides coaching, I stay, that's pretty much all I do. It's coaching. I come. I want to try to get back into fighting this year. I take a little bit of time off coaching. I'm not pretty. I think that's what's gonna happen. Take some time off coaching when I start fighting again. Getting old, man. My birthday's Friday. I'll be 32 years old.
Still young, man. Still young.
I know they say, "Oh, that's when you're hitting your prime," but fuck, I just missed 3 years because of coaching, and I haven't fought since that, and it hurts, man. And I felt like I never felt like I've been depressed or anything like that, but there was something wrong with me for a while, and I had talked to my trainer, Alan's wife, and she's like, "These same things wrong with Alan. You guys just miss fighting.
It's a part of who you are.
You guys miss, because we didn't have a gym for a while because there was an accident. Our neighbors at our other gym burned down. We didn't have a gym for a couple months. We was actually just opening up this gym, and it's like, I fucking miss punching people in the face, man. I miss getting punched in the face. I miss getting kicked. I miss kicking people. And it was a part of my life. It's something I loved so much. And I had lost it, it felt like. And I wasn't doing it. And I was missing it. It's a part of me. And I realized that. So coming back here, opening up the gym again, and just hitting the mitts with Alan or my buddies, or just moving around on Saturday mornings. Man, I feel like man, like just everything, like it's that high that you get. Like I've never been addicted to a drug, but I feel like that's probably the high.
Drug, yeah.
That's the high they get. Yeah, the high they get is the high I get when I come in and punch.
That's what I was gonna say. The endorphins. You probably get like all that rush. You miss adrenaline.
Yeah, and then I go home and I can't fucking walk for 2 days because my knees are busted. But like, hey, I'll do it all over again. But yeah, man. Like I said, I just growing up. I didn't grow up tough. I always had my mom and my dad. They're always supportive, but I chose bad. I made bad decisions growing up, not because he told me, and not because nobody was there for me, but just because I was a dickhead.
Same here, man.
And so I went out there and I beat people up on the streets. I did a lot of dumb shit. You did dumb shit. It's
part of growing up, though.
Shooting guys with paintballs, fucking driving down the street and getting arrested. Doing beer runs,
egging cars, all that.
Thinking that somebody, think I could smack anybody around. Even though I probably could, but I shouldn't. Has taught me a lot into where I am today, and being able to help these kids. I think that's the biggest thing that I want to do right now. Is besides punch people in the face, is help these kids, and just know that there's always someone there for them. If it's my football players or my softball players, there's kids I see on campus. Come and talk to me, man. And the one thing I'm gonna be honest. If you're being a fucking pussy, I'm gonna tell you, you're being a pussy. Eh? Your girl's probably fucking blowing somebody else. Like, so what? Like, hey, coach,
Go up,
what's wrong with you today? Well, fuck, coach, my girl. Hey, dude, your girl's fucking probably blowing somebody right now, man. Like, so what? You're in high school, dude. 99 times out of 100, you're not going to stay with the girl.
Yeah. Go to college, see, fucking.
Yeah, we have a little thing right now on the kid team I coach, my softball team, and it's like, dude, you got a boyfriend. Good. Guess what? He's probably not going to be a boyfriend for much longer. Like, you're barely a sophomore. You're probably not going to have that boyfriend much longer, so get over it. Like, don't come over and fucking practice bringing everybody else down because your fucking boyfriend liked another girl's picture on Instagram, okay? Don't be bringing that shit over here.
Is that what you deal with? The social media on that
I
too?
swear to God, dude. Last week, me and my other coach had to stop practice. So I'm the assistant coach, so the head coach, we had to stop practice and fucking sit down with these girls and talk to them because there was this drama. And I think, but I've had that third year coaching softball. The third year I had that talk. I sit down on the grass and talk to girls that felt like they weren't a part of the team or was having problems at school. And that's fine. And guess what? Today we have probably the best chemistry I've seen in all 3 years I've coached. And we're probably the best team in 3 years. So it's only JV softball. I mean, but I love it.
No, but it's influential. You get me? It's a part of. They'll remember these years. So I still remember JV fucking baseball.
Yeah, but they said like, "Oh, you're the softball coach. You're the JV softball." Coach. So what? I fucking love it, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love coaching softball more than I love coaching football. If that's the
crazy,
fucking truth.
Fun. I mean,
it's just so fast because I think because I've always been a baseball fan, and it's pretty much baseball, but a lot faster.
Yeah.
And we win, scoring more runs, and it's just it gets me pumped up to go out there 3-5 times a week and go to tournaments and win and get 2 games in and it's just I like it. I think it's a lot like baseball. I think baseball started when I started getting older.
You appreciate it more.
Yeah. And it's just and now being out there with the girls is like it's cool, man. We have a good team and it's just something I love to do. But coaching in general, when you come in here coaching the kids, it's always fun. Messing with them. I think it's hard. I think it's always hard for the kids at the beginning, especially the generation we're in. It's real like get used to my humor. Because I talk shit. I fucking talk shit for days. If you're a girl and you come to my softball practice, you have these fucking fake eyebrows, like dark as fuck. Guess what? I'm gonna tell you. Hey, dude, when we start working out, we start sweating. Those eyebrows are gonna come off your face. Or if you're a guy and you're fucking coming to practice, or I see you walking around campus and you're wearing fucking skinny jeans, and you can see your nutsack, like I'm gonna tell you, like, and like he's like, oh fuck, like is he really like saying this? Like, yeah, dude. Like, guess what? That's what I heard. That's what my uncles told me. My uncles talk shit. You're gonna get that same shit. And guess what? Later on in life, someone's gonna make fun of you. Someone's gonna try to be mean to you, and he'll be like, "Fuck, my coach liked me, and he was meaner to me than that." Like, I don't give a fuck what you say.
Words are just words.
Yeah. I have a girl. Her name's Nicole, but she was there my first year, and I called her Fur. She's fucking hairy as fuck. Like, she has hairy arms and shit, and just messing with her. This like messing with her, and she's a real pretty girl, but I mean, so I just called her Fur. And like the other coach, like, dude, you can't do that. Dude, her mom's gonna get mad. Dude, like, how do you know they're not gonna take it the wrong way? I said, dude, her name's Fur. So this day I call her Fur. I heard her mom call her Fur. So I just think that I have a girl. She's on the team. She's like 6 foot, like probably like 210. She was a size 12 in men's, and I call her Show, short for Big Show.
Big Show.
And she loves it. Everybody, the varsity coach calls her Big Show. Like literally calls her not Show. He calls her Big Show. Show. She's used to it. Show. Where you at? Show. And it's just like these names I give to the girls. The other coach gave the girl, like, we started giving nicknames. So the other coach gave the girl a little stocky girl, Hamon, like ham.
No, see, and the thing is, you don't do it in hate or making fun of it. That makes them part of the team. It gives them a persona. You get me? Because we had that. Everybody had that. You call the fat kid flaco, like mockingly, but not like, oh, you fucking fat ass. You know, it's just kind of like it's the vibe, you know, from the whole team, and then you have that personality, like. I'm sure, like you said, she said she loves it. Like, everybody loves that shit.
It goes all, I mean, and then again, but at the same time, I'm going to criticize you. I'll be your best, you're the first person to criticize when you do something bad, to tell you when you do something bad. And I'll be the first person to tell you when you do something awesome and right. You mess up at second base, I'll be like, dude, that was pathetic. You do it better next time, or I'll take you out in the middle of the inning. And guess what? She did it bad the next time, and I took her out in the middle of the inning. And she learned. The girls still like me. Yeah. Guess what? She got in the next game. She didn't do it again. But that's just kind of coach I've been, kind of trainer I've been. This is, I'll tell them shit. I talk shit, and I feel like I'm not doing it to be me. I'm doing it to motivate them. Like, I don't want to fucking hear my coach's mouth. So guess what? I'm gonna do everything perfect. And then when he says, "Dude, good job,"
he means
instead of
it.
talking gangs of shit, but just those 2 words, I feel like it's gonna help somebody. It would for me.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just love it, man. I love being out there. It's tiring because I work nights and then I go to work and then I go to practice and I get burnt over the summer and then coming all tanned up, burning. But I mean, I just love to do it, man.
And that's one of the reasons why I want to have you on. Not just because we're good friends, but you always did everything you wanted. Which you see everybody hates their job, hates or whatever. And like you said, right now you just finished. I love it. You got into fighting. You fucking loved it. You did some writing. If you want to talk about that too. But you've always been, I look up to that, because everybody's like, I fucking hate my job. Sundays I got to do this. Like, nobody's ever fucking satisfied with what they're doing because what they're doing is not what makes them happy. But you always seem to be doing something you love.
I've been offered different jobs. Like, hey, man, I work in the union. I could get you in making $30 an hour. I could do this. Like, but what's that money if you just don't fucking like what you're doing, if you love what you're doing? Like, I work at a facility with the girls, and I really like what I do. I don't make $30 an hour. I mean, I'm broke,
yeah,
but I don't make fucking $30 an hour. But I really, really enjoy what I do, coaching. I mean, I heard a coach the other day, like, man, I haven't got my stipend in. If I don't get paid, which is his check, if I don't get my check by Tuesday, I'm not going to play the rest of the games this week. Hey, dude, I didn't know we did coaching for money. Because guess what? I forget we get paid only 3-4 times, but yet we're practicing year round.
Yeah.
So I don't get paid for softball. I go out there every day, 2-3 hours. We win 3 games in 1 week, 2 games in 1 week. I take the girls out on my own money. Like, I don't get paid for that. I'm a volunteer softball coach. Football, yeah, I get paid 4 times. Guess what? We practice from January to November. We get December off. I don't want to get December off because I wish I was playing for a state championship or a CIF championship, but we get it off. I've gotten it off, and that's 1 month out of the year pretty much. I get off from fucking coaching football, and I get paid for 4 months. And it's not $10,000. It's like our chicks are like $600 for those months.
There's this it's like not a joke, but I guess like a little strip of humor. This guy asked, like, this teacher, this coach, like, what do you do? What do you make? Because he's with money, he has a good job or whatever. He goes, what do you mean what I make? Like, what do you make? What do you make per hour? He goes, what do you mean? You're in telecommunications. Like, what do? You just, you call people, whatever. He goes, I'm a coach. I put my heart out there for these kids. I'm out there every day, rain, fucking 100-degree weather. It doesn't matter. I'm out there for these kids. And when these kids, are graduating, they come up to me and tell me, thank you, coach. Like, I couldn't have done this without you. You gave me, even like you said, sometimes just a little word like, hey, man, keep your head up. Whatever it may be, I make a difference. That's what I make. Like, what do you make? Because I'm making a difference. And I see that with you. I just read that like a week ago, and I was like, that's that.
And that's funny because I see that, like, the coach part, because I had my coaches. In football, I had guys like Coach Pineda, Mr. Pineda, Wilson. And even though he wasn't my coach, but he's my coach as I coach, he shows me a lot. He's Coach C. And then those are guys that, like you said, like, I'll never forget those guys. If I never see them again in my life, move away or something, I never see them again, I'll always remember those guys. Just like I will even my coaches as I was an adult, like Mark and Allen. I'll never forget them. I mean, they taught me everything I know in pretty much fighting, everything I know. And I'm good for a while. I mean, and when I'm motivated and I'm there, they're there for me, or they're there to motivate me. And that's why I'm here. That's why I've been with them. I think I'm one of the last guys standing. I mean, there's still a lot of guys coming around, but I'm one of the last guys that's still here with them at the gym, and I'll help out whenever they need me. I'll fight for them. I'll do anything. And just like the other coach, like Mr. Pineda, Wilson, see, they need me for anything. The same thing for them. I mean, it's just the stuff they taught me, and I feel like the loyalty to them to be there when they need me because they were there when I needed them. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's one thing about you that I love too. Your loyalty. I mean, you're.
I mean, I've talked to people on my other job, and they're like, "Hey, man, that's your cousin or that's that?" I say, "Hey, dude, you know what? Family's family. Don't get me wrong, but if your family don't treat you like family, then guess what? Someone like my friend Hector, someone like my trainer Alan, someone like my buddy Rob is gonna come before someone that just even though we're blood,
yeah,
treat you like shit or don't even acknowledge you. Yeah. And they're like, oh, why you do that? Like, that's this, that's that. I said, dude, that don't matter to me. My loyalty goes to who's loyal to me and who's been there for me. And if the family wasn't, then guess what? It's not gonna be. Then I will be there either. But like people like you, people like Ernie, like Rob, like a lot of those people from Monty that we grew up with, and my trainers and stuff. It's like my loyalty stays with them forever.
Yeah, because that's what I was talking to Izzy about. We don't see each other, like me and you personally. I think the last time we saw each other was outside Food for Less. When I walked to your car, I think, and you thought you were walking to my car. Yeah. So we're standing next to a random car, just catching up for felt like an hour. I think it might have been more. And then you're like, dude, where's your car? I'm like, my car's over there, dude. Yeah. Like, I gotta go. And I thought we were next to your car. You're like, dude, my car's over there too, because we were just walking, we're just catching up. But I think it's part of growing up. You kind of lose touch, but you don't lose touch with the people. Like when me and you started talking, we just started talking. I think it was baseball season, so we just started kind of going, oh, how's your daughter? Yeah. Oh, fuck, the fucking Red Sox are hot this year. You think the Astros look good, And it was just like we hadn't stopped talking. And it's one of those things where with you, I've always felt comfort. We always fucking shoot the shit, firme. And I was one of the first few people. I was like, dude, I'm gonna have George on here just because, like I said, I look up to you, not like, oh my god, this guy's a fucking god, but I do respect your attitude. You get me? Like you go out and get shit done. Like I said, you fucking, I want to be a fighter, you became a fighter. I'm going to be a writer, you became a writer. It's always like, this guy does it. Everybody talks a good one, but this guy fucking just does it. And it's something that you make it look so easy, like, I'm going to fight, and next thing you know, fucking George is fighting, which is something I admire.
That's one thing I've always just, especially just having parents like I do, that really will support me. And of course, want me to make the good decisions, that want me to be responsible, but they still support me, and I was able to write for 6 years with Mid Valley News, Mid Valley Sports, with Joe, Tim, Dwayne, and they taught me a lot. And I was able to. It was just high school sports, covering Small, King in the Cage, covering Glory, covering Muay-Thai fights. It was just great. It was fucking awesome, dude. I loved it. Maybe when I'm old, I just can't do sports no more, and I can always coach. But when I can't do sports no more, I kept fighting to go out there and cover again. And then there was this fighting. I wanted to fight. And they got at the same time I actually was fighting, but I was always wanting to fight. And I said, like, what's stopping me? What's stopping you? What's stopping the person listening from fucking going out there and getting one fight? Getting, going to the fucking gym. What's really, honestly, what's stopping you besides your fucking being afraid? Yeah. So I went out there and said, fuck it. Let's chunk them. And I went to a fight, like, dude, I could do better than that. And they're like, well, fucking go. And guess what? Fucking the next month I was fighting. I don't even know who I trained with. I said, fuck you, bitch, I'll do it. Like, fuck it, I'll do it. I fought the next month. I fought the month after that. I think I fought every month almost. And then that's when I met Mark and Allen and started with them. And it was awesome, man. I mean, I've been blessed with meeting these great, loyal people in my life. Not all the time, but I mean, majority of the time. And I've been able to stay with them. I think I've stayed with Team Flores, and I stayed with Coach C coaching, and now David and Dean Bunting over there at South Amani. I mean, everybody right there is loyal, and that's where my loyalty falls with them. So I'll be in their programs until there's no more, or forever, I guess. Oh yeah, man, it's just. I've always been that kind of person, just to go out there and do it. I don't know if I'm going to be good. I don't know if I'm going to fucking suck, but I'm going to go out there and do it. I'm going to find out.
That's something that's, like this. I don't know if it's going to be any good. I was saying it in a few other podcasts, like, tell me, like, what's your goal out of this? I'm like, I don't know, man. I wanted to do it. I've been wanting to do a sports one. I've been wanting to do a fucking beer one. And I just, excuses, like you said, like, what's stopping me? So I fucking said, this year I'm going to do it. And I started, and then I bought the equipment. I'm like, dude, you're too deep in now. You got to do it. And then people fucking message me like, hey, dude, when's the first one coming? I'm like, oh, fuck. Like,
yeah, I guess
I got to do it. So now here we are.
I said I want to listen to podcasts, and they're fucking awesome. And I got to listen to Joe Rogan. He says, like, you don't need shit. Just do it. Somebody's going to listen. Yeah. Somebody. Your friends or just somebody that's like, hey, what's this? Oh, fuck, this guy's funny. Or this guy, oh, I like that guy on there. And just start listening. Like I said, he's stopping us from really doing what we want. Unless it's fucking, of course, some crazy ass shit.
No,
like
of course.
Being a fucking president of the United States or something, and you're a fucking felon. But I mean, but stuff like this, like being a fighter, doing a podcast, being a coach,
being a writer.
Nobody's stopping us. Write a fucking book.
Write an ebook.
Honestly, I didn't tell nobody this, but I talked to my buddy Joe, and he's like, if you win the CIF championship this year, let's write a book. So I kept notes every game, and I knew the season, and I was gonna write like a little book on our season, and just his team has never won a fucking CIF championship that's like 100 years or some shit, and it was this guy broke it down every week, and he's wrote a couple books. He was gonna help me with it, and I was down. Like, I'm not the best writer. I'll throw something out there that a lot of fucking Almani people are gonna like and read.
All those students will have for the rest of their life.
Yeah,
why don't you do it still? Fuck it, you didn't win.
We fucking lost, dude. We don't deserve shit. Even though I felt like we should have beat that team, but we were better. We were the best team all year, and it was just the worst of the. We had a bad game. They had their best game, and they still beat us by a touchdown. They fumbled every game of the season except that game, and it fucking sucked. A great season for us at Almani, but it was something you kind of want to forget the way it ended. Well,
I understand.
I mean, we had some fucking highs. Running back rush for 24 yards. Other running back rush for 21 yards. We had 2 guys go to all states, 8 guys all CIF, like 13 guys all league. Like, we had a fucking awesome season. But when they win the championship, what is it? What does it mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. Not going to fucking remember us. We went to the semifinals. They're not going to remember us. Yeah. Alonso beat Orange Vista in the finals. They did beat fucking Almani. They beat Almani in semifinals. Like, who remembers that? I remember that because it fucking hurt me for 2 weeks. I can't stop thinking about it. But, hey, man. It's fucking there. But, yeah, man. Just hopefully get back into fighting this year.
What needs to be done for you to start fighting again? That's what I want.
Oh, fucking you lose weight. Fucking Allen over there let me get all fat. So, I just coaching, dude. Honestly, probably coaching the last 3 years, I probably gained like 60 pounds. 60, 80 pounds, dude. And I was doing good. My last fight, fucking ran every day. Went to the gym like 5-6 times a week. Didn't drink soda the whole camp. Ate pretty good. Did good. And then, boom, went to football practice. Boom, hey, let's go get pizza after practice. Okay, let's go. Oh, fuck, let's go to Burgers. No, let's go to Arts. Oh, let's roll. Oh, fucking large soda. Double. Oh, fuck it. And it's boom. That happened. I feel it. I got it. It's in my heart. Of course. I know I could do it, but the extra 100 pounds I'm carrying is not going to let me do it.
Start slow and just do it. You know, like that's what I was going to say. You've done everything. Do this again.
Oh yeah, I've been getting back to the gym, going to LA Fitness, doing the sauna, even doing the fucking treadmill. Not hitting a mile yet, almost. Doing the bike, lifting some weights. So I feel good. I feel good going out there sweating. I can feel a difference. And hopefully it comes soon. We'll end the year or this time next year, I can be able to fucking punch somebody. Yeah. Not just training partners, but you go out there, punch somebody in a ring and get paid for it, or just have fucking 1,000 people, 500 people watching. It doesn't matter. Yeah. I'm just out there to fight. Yeah. I don't care if there's 10 people or 1,000 people. I'm out there to fucking put on the most exciting fight.
Exactly.
And I'm just hopefully this year goes by good and I do everything good, and by the end of the year I can do that again.
Stay focused, man. I'm always in your corner. I'm always fucking rooting for you. This is like, I have a lot of acquaintances, a few good friends, and then you're one of the few people that's always, like I keep bringing it up because it's true. You always do it, So I want to see you do it again. You get me? Because even like, I don't know what was the time, maybe like a year ago, I messaged you like, hey, when are you fighting again? You're like, something about the gym, like TBD or whatever. You said something along those lines. I was like, all right. Like, but, it's still in your mind. So I was like, all right, well, whenever he does it or whatever. But now, like, this is a nice spot. We're here inside the gym. And, I know what you're capable of. That's what I mean. If you were like, he's lazy, he's not going to do it, I'd just be like, yeah, he kind of wants to fight, but he doesn't really want. But I know you. So I know, like you said, it's in you. You have that desire, that fucking fire. So I want to see you do it, Like, at the time, I was fucking bartending, working weekends like crazy. So I could never get to these fights or whatever. And now looking back, I'm like, dude, I could have done more. But at the same time, it's like asking somebody that works up Monday to Friday, hey, take Wednesday off to come over here. Yeah. That's the days where I need to be there. But now that, I'm older or whatever, I'm like, dude, you should have done more. Like Izzy, Izzy's fights, I think I went to like 2 of them. And I'm like, dude, I should be doing more. And that's why now I'm like, all right. I brought it up in a few of the other episodes. I'm like, I'm gonna do what I can to help the people. You know, some of the guests I don't know. I just reach out to them and I'm like, hey, dude, you know, I think you make a great guest. And they're like, yeah, dude, let's fucking do it. But when I get to people like this, you know, me and Izzy talked, me and the other homie talked, and I'm like, dude, you were going to the gym, you were losing weight, and I was like, yeah, but look, I'm comfortable again. Like I lost the weight I wanted to lose. I'm like, dude, but keep going. You know, don't fucking stop.
He's fucking his life up, trying to get married and shit. Yeah, man, it happens. But yeah, man, it's hard. I mean, it's not hard. I could do it, but with everything I do, and this is loving so much stuff. I love coaching. I love fighting. I love doing my job. It's hard because what do you leave? Because guess what? Because yes, I'm gonna do two things, and guess what? I'm gonna be fucking missing something.
There's only enough hours in the day.
That's exactly what it is. It's like, man, I wish I could just work nights. I work nights, and I go to my other job, and I coach. And at the end of the day, I want to come to the gym. It's 6 o'clock. I've been up for fucking 20 hours or whatever it is, or almost 20 straight hours, and it's like, man. But imagine I hustle, so I mean, it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna fight again soon. Hopefully. Hopefully.
Can't wait, man.
Yeah, I get offered, but I'm going to fight again one way or another. I don't know how, but I'm going to punch somebody in the face. But, yeah, man, I mean, I don't even know what else here.
Well, anything you feel like sharing?
I think like you said, man, just always just go for it. Fucking go out there and go for it. There's nobody stopping you but you. Just push yourself. If there's something you love and you just know you want to do it, just do it. Guess what? You're going to find out if you fucking suck or if you're fucking good. And that's really it. I mean, of course, I'd like to thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on.
And then even everybody has given me the opportunity to become the person I am, the coaches, my trainers, my kids, my players. I always call them my kids because they always ask me, hey, you don't got no kids? But like, yeah, motherfucker, I got 65 kids. I got you 50 and I got my 15 softball girls. Because I love my players. I'll do anything for them. So, but yeah, man, like I said, just do what you want to do. Because there's not nobody stopping you but yourself. If you have kids, guess what? You can find a babysitter. You could, grandma watch them. Nina watch them. And go out there a couple hours and do that stuff you love, do the stuff you want to try. And it's not hard. And I think that'll always make your life a little better if you try to do something you love. So I think I have a awesome life, great family, friends. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Why don't we give a quick shout out to this gym? You know more about it, obviously. So,
Papa. Well, Trainer Allen's over here. He's being a fucking gay over here in the back.
Say the address and all that. So most of the people listening at the beginning will be from.
Well, here on San Gabriel Valley. I mean, we have Team Flores over here on North Hacienda, 1330 North Hacienda. It's right next to the furniture store. To the right of it, next to the Hacienda outlet, where I buy a shirt every day I come. They got a fucking awesome shirts next door. But yeah, right here we got Alan, my trainer Alan Flores, Mark De La Cruz brothers. Like I said, they taught me a lot, taught me everything I know in fighting. I think growing into the sport of Muay-Thai, kickboxing, or Muay-Thai and kickboxing, I think seeing guys like my trainer Alan, and then even guys like William Serapai and Joe Schilling, I think barely coming up. Those are like three guys that I always watch. I always watch Alan train. I always watch Will train and fight, and Joe Schilling. I watch him fight. He's on Bellator. He's fucking awesome. A good friend of mine. And just being here in the gym at their Team Flores, I mean, it's like one family. Those guys are still like family, and we go cross train with them and spar with those guys. I've trained at the yard for my last fight, of course, and Team Flores. William's always willing to help out. So if you're in the San Gabriel Valley area, we got Team Flores over here. Mark and Alan and me helping out. We're open at 11 to about 7 o'clock. We have a class each hour. No contract. If you're in the IE, you got my buddy out there, William Serapai. He has his own gym, the Bullpen, And if you're in LA area, we got Joe Schilling at the yard and Mark. I saw guys get in there, punch somebody, get punched, because some of you guys think you're made of glass, and it'll make you build character, make you become a stronger person, inside and out. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
All right, man. Well, thank you for listening, and thanks, George, for coming on. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you,
Great
bro.
to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing this.